Dil Chahta Hai to me has been a film that I may have thought of sequels to other films, but Dil Chahta is a film that I've never ever kind of imagined a sequel to. I always felt that what I wanted to do with those characters and with that film, I did in the first one.
लवली मीटिंग यू फरहान. मुझे एक बात सच में बताओ, सबकॉन्शियसली कोई स्पोर्ट्समैन है आपके दिमाग में? बिकॉज एज फ्रॉइड सेड ना, वी अट्रैक्ट थिंग्स दैट वी हैव सबकॉन्शियसली अट्रैक्टेड. कभी एथलीट, नाउ कभी बॉक्सर. इज देयर लाइक अ विश टू बी अ स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन?
I know I've always enjoyed sport for sure, and I've always enjoyed sport movies. So, I mean, there is, I think, just a natural affinity for the genre that does exist. So when it comes along and when it involves sport, but there's also like a story with a heart in it, because that's more important actually than the sport aspect in a film. Because any sport film that you may have seen that you've enjoyed, it really is more about the people behind the sport or the people playing the sport than the sport itself.
True.
So that aspect is really important, and we got very fortunate, Rakesh and I, that after Bhag Milkha Bhag, we got another film of this kind that we could do together.
Muhammad Ali had said that I hated every minute of training, but I said to myself, don't quit, suffer now and live the rest of your life like a champion.
That's true.
So, yeah. So did you also go through that? Was there a moment, because that is some brutal training you've undergone, and why would one put himself through that?
Right. I must tell you honestly, what you see actually in the film is really just the tip of the iceberg, because everything that happens leading up to performance is actually where the hard work is. Like exactly. I mean, what you see when a person is in the ring, or when you see somebody who's dancing on the stage, or somebody who's singing a rag really well, it's the hours of practice and the hours of training that go into it before that moment. So what you see in the film is the culmination of that. So it really was. It was a hard journey, for sure, but absolutely worth it. I mean, I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have done it any differently, nor would I want it to be any different. Again, I mean, it comes from being motivated by what the film is trying to say. That's really where you get your fuel from. So yeah, that's what it is.
And Frank Bruno also said it's it's the toughest and the most loneliest sport ever, boxing. So what attracted you to playing Aziz? Was there a moment towards the film you wanted to say, "Bas ab ho gaya, nahi karna aur"?
No, that feeling never crossed my mind. The thing is that there is at the heart of it is a story about about acceptance. It's a story about love. It's a story about understanding each other with our differences, accepting each other for our differences, celebrating that. So there is a lot to the story than just the element of boxing. And boxing is, as I would imagine, many sports allow, and especially sports that are not team sports.
Yeah.
Because when you eventually go down into a ring, or you enter that court, like say, for example, in a tennis match, or you dive into that pool, you're completely on your own. And it's only your will, it's only your that inner strength that you need, or those goals that you set for yourself, or the people that you're fighting for, or the people that you represent. So there's it's boxing to me. I mean, it's a great metaphor on that level for life. Because I mean, you will get bumped, you will get knocked, you will fall down. How do you stand up, and how do you kind of keep still giving it your all, and somehow find a way to succeed through the most violent of analogies that can be shown. So to me, so it has all these multiple layers in the film, which is great.
As Tyson said, now everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Literally.
I love that quote. Yeah.
True. Yeah. And many people after seeing your training have said that Farhan should now try for the Olympics. Any plan?
No such plan. I remember very clearly when we finished shooting the Milkha film. So my trainer then told me, he's like, listen, your speed has become really, really good. And I'm sure that if you take part in these games that happen, these national games, that you'll win a medal. So I said, okay, great, sounds amazing. What are these games? So he said, it happens once a year. It's called the Veteran Games. And I'm like, veteran, yaar, matlab it feels, that in itself only like thoda put me off. Like veteran, because the minute you're over 30
Yeah,
in
I know.
in in athletics, you're a veteran. And like, you feel like you've got such a long way to go. अभी से मुझे मतलब एक कैटेगरी में डाल दिया कि मैं वेटरन बन चुका हूँ. So that only put me off slightly, unfortunately, from
So
taking part.
But anyways, I seriously feel you should give it a shot. And also, I know you've been asked this question because sports films do follow that trajectory, whether we saw Cinderella Man, Million Dollar Baby, Muhammad Ali. As an actor, what is that X factor you try to bring in as a creator so that, I mean, they do follow the underdog, rising up, love story. What is that
Yeah.
one different thing that you try bringing in?
Yeah, I mean, see, the thing is, as far as the storytelling goes and the character goes, I mean, there are tropes in sport films. There are a few films that defy those tropes. But the thing is that within a kind of a format or within a kind of a storytelling narrative, what is it that makes your film different? And what makes your film different is the journey of the protagonist, because no two people have the same journey
Yeah,
in life, much less in a sport. So that's what sets any film apart from the other. And that's what you as an actor focus on, to be honest to the character that you're playing. We've all seen great boxing films. You don't want to get influenced by that and say, oh my God, that scene, because that's not a part of your life. That was their
totally,
life. So
totally,
you just be honest to the guy that you're playing, to his issues, to his emotional conflicts, and his journey.
totally. So, was Milkha tougher or this one tougher? Training wise.
um, but the training on this was tougher for sure, because it was learning a sport that I was not familiar with at all. So that does take a lot more out of you. Plus, also boxing is a way more demanding sport than track and field is. And in Milkha, the large challenge for me was honestly occupying his persona, filling those shoes, because I mean he is such a legendary personality, so somehow just that responsibility to him, collectively to his family, was a big thing for me. So that was an emotional challenge. And this, the physicality of it was way more challenging.
So where would you put Aziz in the Boxing Hall of Fame, personally?
um that's not really for me to decide that. Honestly, it's not.
And also, as a content creator, film producer, director, I know OTT has come in a big way. We can't go to the theaters. Where do you see this going forward as someone belonging to the business, not as an actor, but as a creator?
Right. I do feel that there's going to be a nice healthy balance between the two. And I have a feeling that probably these last 18 months to 2 years of watching content at home has also on some level changed our taste for what we watch. Because we control the content with our remotes. Earlier, when you bought a ticket and you went into a theater, you had invested your money, so you'd sit there, and whether you liked the film or you didn't like the film, you'd kind of sit and watch it through. Over here, unless the content engages you, you're not going to sit and watch the whole thing. So I do hope, that aspect of it, which is the fact that you want to be engaged in a good way. You want your mind to be engaged. I hope that translates onto screen. I do hope that happens. But I mean, of course, there is a certain collective experience of being in a theater that you can't take away. The human being is a social animal. We like doing things together so that we get this feeling that we belong to community, to fraternity. And that aspect will always stay. So be it musical concerts, be it fairs, be it a movie theater, being going to a stadium, that you can't take that experience away.
And also, Farhan, I was just going through, Google, and I realized it's 20 years since Dil Chahta Hai. What
Yeah,
would
that's it.
happen if those three were to meet again 20 years later?
Well, I don't know what would happen. That's an interesting question. I haven't really thought about it. Dil Chahta Hai, to me, has been a film that I may have thought of sequels to other films, but Dil Chahta is a film that I've never ever kind of imagined a sequel to. I always felt that what I wanted to do with those characters and with that film, I did in the first one.
True. And everybody's also asking about Dawn 3. Rose, I mean, the past 1.5 years, there is some news that Dawn 3 Farhan is ready.
Now, you're being very kind. It's not the last 1.5 years. It's been for the last 10 years, actually. That's actually what it's been. But we'll see. You know, I've answered this question so many times before. Not just me, of course, Ritesh, Shahrukh, all of us, we tremendously appreciate the love that's there for that film and the kind of anticipation for it. And we don't want to just churn something out for the sake of satisfying some hunger that people have. It has to also have some meaning to it, you know, and we have to take it to a level which will make sense for a sequel. So let's see. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope.
And another thing I want to ask you is, आजकल ये जो censorship का चल रहा है, अगर मैं आज बोलूं मुझे आपकी ये पंच पसंद नहीं आया, movie will be recalled. What's your take? I just found it ridiculous personally.
Right.
I'm just asking as a creator.
I mean, I don't think it'll come down to that. मेरा पंच पसंद नहीं आया, so ask for it.
But कुछ पता नहीं.
No, but I mean, the thing is that there is a system that is in place that is functioning really well, actually. You know, so I just feel like if something is not broken, why are you trying to fix it? So that's what makes you really kind of wonder why anything like this would be in the offing or why it's being asked for. Because there are guidelines in place. There is a certification board in place. Filmmakers are following that. Filmmakers respect that. You know, so I feel that it is important to not be treated with these kind of kid gloves, you know, allow us to express ourselves. We also, of course, have a social conscience. You know, everyone's here to, of course, entertain and at the same time make films that everyone can watch and be proud of. You know, so I just feel that it would be nice to be part of a conversation to try and understand why something like this is needed and maybe arrive at something together in consensus, if at all any changes are needed. But to just be told, you know, that this is how it's going to be, that never goes down well with anyone. You know, with anyone. I mean, no one would take to it. Why the film industry? If you told the corporate world something that this is how it is, there will be some kind of question and curiosity as to why. And I think that's perfectly normal and fair for the film industry to ask those questions.
And now you have played an athlete, a boxer. Who's next? Which is the other sport?
Oh God. I don't know exactly. I've told Rakesh, you've really kind of put me through the ringer in the last two films. So maybe the next one can be a little less, maybe snooker or chess, where it's a little bit more mind and a little bit more just skill and not so much endurance. But we'll see. I mean, like I said, firstly, I love sport in itself as a viewer. I love sport and I love sport movies. So we'll see. I mean, time will tell.
Your all-time favorite boxing film?
Wow. I mean, I think the go-tos for anyone when it comes to boxing are Raging Bull. Would be, I mean, and to me, that's more about the boxer than the boxing again. You know, I mean, just the amazing character that Jake LaMotta and the way Martin Scorsese shaped it and De Niro performed it was amazing. And then Rocky 1, you know, the original Rocky. It's just an incredible story.
Even Champ, I don't know why Tufan reminded me a bit of Champ. You remember?
Oh, yeah, of course. I remember the first time that I ever cried my eyes out was watching Champ, you know, and it's still a film. I mean, I haven't watched it now for a while, but I remember maybe about 7 years ago or 8 years ago, I sat down and I watched it again, and I cried as much as I cried when I watched it when I was a kid. You know, it's such a moving story, and that child in the end, my God, I mean, how did they get him to perform like that? I'll never know.
I think it's just a movie of our childhood, those times back in the 80s.
No, but it still works. Yeah. It still works because it tugs at all the right heartstrings.
Totally. Chalo, jate, all the very best for Tufan. I want to ask, what if your screen characters were to meet? Aziz, Adi, Imran, and Danish Ali. If they were to come together, kya hoga?
Oh God. That's called, what's it called? Multiple personality disorder. The next thing would be that I would have to go and see a shrink and get my head sorted out because I'm seeing 4 of them. That's what would happen.
Thank you so much, Farhan. What next now after Tufan?
Well, there are a couple of things that are in the pipeline. I'm doing a film with Ashutosh Gowarikar next, so I'm really, really looking forward to that. And of course, I mean, as Excel, we have many things being produced, many things being put together. So exciting times ahead, and let's just hope. I mean, for me right now, I really do hope for the sake of my friends, especially in the exhibition business, that theaters do start opening up soon, because they've had a really tough year and a half to 2 years where everything's kind of been shut and very unpredictable for them. So I do hope for their sake, I mean, times start getting better.
Anyways, I hope things get better for all of us. And thank you for looking forward to Tufan. All the very best.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Bye. Take care. Bye.